I'm Josh, and this is Wender. Today we are going to check out the new advanced prototyping mode. So let's get started. Let's build an app here. We're going to start from scratch. So I'm going to use this newer style that I've been working on called Lifestyle. I want to show off the way that you can create really truly interactive prototypes with this new tool. So I'm going to make a Kanban app. So let's say make a simple Kanban to-do app. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is because Kanban boards require a sort of drag and drop interface that can't easily be done in your sort of click and drag prototypes. It's a little bit photo heavy. Let's try this. Make the cards look simpler, no photos, focus on tasks. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more of a typical Kanban experience. It's pretty simple. You know what? I'm fine with that, though, for this demo. I think that's looking fine. We'll call it something else here. We'll call it KB for Kanban. Anything else we want to do? No, I think that's probably good enough. There's a lot more we could do with it, but just to kind of show off the design. So let's add one more thing. I'm going to use my magic wand here and show what happens when you click Add Task. That'll probably create some kind of modal so that you can add a new task. I think that's looking good. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. So now we have two screens. And so how do we turn this into an interactive design? It used to be the case that in Wender you had to go in here and then you had a prototype mode where you can click and decide how to link screens, but that's very basic. You can't create this sort of rich drag and drop experience that you would in an app builder. But now there's a sort of new vibe code kind of mode that I've added. It's advanced prototype mode. You bring your canvas designs into a vibe coding experience so you can build a working prototype. Changes to the prototype will not affect your canvas design. So this is going to kind of bring over all of your canvas designs and put them in a new mode. And that's isolated in that the changes that you make in this mode, which actually builds out a Next.js app, like it's just a full-on front end only for now, but a Next.js app, they won't affect your artboards here. Let's name these. So we'll call that tasks. We'll call this new task modal. Go back to that. All right, so here you can see, let's say you had 50 screens or something like that, and you only wanted 5 of them or something like that. So this is where you would select which tasks you want to bring into it with additional instructions. It already knows to make this an app that's already in the system prompt, so you don't usually have to add much, but I'm going to say make this a fully interactive Kanban app where you can drag tasks between columns. So basically, again, we want to make that. Oh, did I really do that? Oh, it's still there. Thank God. All right, so we want to make it a fully interactive prototype. We're going to start building. And so this is going to bring us into this new interactive prototype mode. And so this is going to take a lot longer. So the reason that Wender is so fast and the reason that I've optimized it to be so fast is that it mostly focuses on HTML designs, and that's good and bad. It's good in that you can iterate really quickly. It's bad in that you need more than that. You need JavaScript to do things like rich drag and drop experiences. So what I've done here is I've really leaned into this workflow where up front, you want to do the fast stuff where you're in ideation mode, where you're brainstorming, where you're thinking about different ideas and you're exploring them. I really and truly believe you want the fastest models and you want a super fast experience. And that's what I've optimized the Wender canvas experience for. So we'll call that like the design canvas experience. You want that to be fast, 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 fast. And because of that, you will be able to go through many more iterations, many more ideas, and you just lose patience with, I think, an experience like this where you're kind of just sitting and waiting. But you kind of need to wait if you want to build a whole app because it has to write just hundreds and thousands of lines of code. There's so much going on here that you have to sit and wait for it to do this. So this is the workflow that I've created where you can iterate and get your designs really locked in, and then you pass them to vibe code mode so that you're not waiting on vibe code mode or rich prototyping mode or whatever I'm calling it, interactive prototyping. I've forgotten what I've called it, advanced prototyping mode. So you're not waiting forever for this to finish with every single change. You really want to lock in those ideas when you're in the sort of free form, more like Figma, but like an AI first sort of Figma experience. And then once you've got your designs locked in, you're going to toss it over to the advanced prototyping mode. And this is going to build out your rich Next.js app for you. And you'll be able to do lots of things with that app. Not only will you be able to iterate on it in here, you'll be able to go back into canvas mode, redesign screens, pass them into here. I've really thought through that whole experience so that you can still go back into canvas mode and still make design changes and pass them into this view. That way, again, your loop for designing stuff is still really fast. And you can also share them. So when this is done, you'll be able to set this design to public, grab a link for your team, and then you'll be able to share it with them. All right, so that's the real time. I rambled through that intentionally. That's how long it takes, and you can see now we have this full-on drag and drop experience. I can hide this sidebar so you can see more. And so this works. This is not something that you can do in a very easy or simple, like click, click, click kind of simple Figma prototype. This is very much a rich interactive app with all the code here that you can add. It's all yours. And then if we wanted to make changes, we would just type in here and ask for a simple change. And then again, let's see if it made the modal. So it did make our modal. And so how you would do that if you wanted to make a change. So let's say we wanted to change the modal. Let's do something simple. Let's just remove the category, for instance. We're going to select it with our direct select tool, and we're just going to delete it. We're not even going to talk to the AI. And so now we'll call this our updated task modal. So now we have a different task modal. So this is the old one. This is the new one. So I'm going to go back into my prototyping mode. I'm going to pull out my chat, and I can @mention stuff. So here I'm going to say my updated task modal. And so that's in the context now, that new design that I made. And I'll say, this is the new design for my add task modal. Please update it. And so you can see that that's the round trip here. That's the thing that I really had to think through. How do you go from canvas into rich prototyping mode and back? And so right now it's mostly a one way. You can go from canvas into prototyping mode, and then when you make designs changes, go back to canvas mode, explore there, because again, that's the fast mode. That's where you want to make fast changes, and then bring them back into rich prototyping mode. There's no going the other way yet. I haven't quite thought through how that would work. Is that if you're, let's say I changed this to, you know, a dark mode or something like that, your canvas designs would then not go back and update. Maybe I can get that working. I don't know if that's what I want to do. Let me know if you have strong feelings on that or how that should work. They are two separate designs, and so it's going to be very difficult. Syncing is always kind of a mess with code, so that's an interesting challenge. But so far, I think that this should have our new, look at that. Great. So that has our new modal. Let's try to set it public. So now we have a share link. We can open this. And so this you can share with folks. You'll have a link up here that you can share with folks, and people on your team can try out your prototype and give you feedback. And yeah, that's my new advanced prototyping mode in Wender. It's pretty cool. Let me know what you think.